Hello and welcome to this Uni Taster On Demand event today. We're going to be looking at nutrition and university courses in the nutrition subject area, and I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by Honglin and Swrajit, joining us from City University London. With these events, we try and cover why you might want to study the course, what to expect on it, application tips and careers. And with that, I'll pass things over to Honglin, please.
I'm Dr. Honglin Dong. Today, my colleague, Dr. Swrajit Sarkar, will join me to talk about some of the information about nutrition course BMS level. So what is nutrition? Nutrition is a science that investigates the interactions between the nutrients in foods and how those nutrients are metabolized or used in the body, and what's a relationship between diet or nutrients, you can say, and the health, environment, and the disease. So why you would like to choose a career in nutrition? So there is an increased public awareness of the importance of nutrition in keeping good health, especially during the pandemic of COVID-19. There's more and more people realize the good nutrition, healthy eating will keep them away from the risk of disease, including COVID-19. Another reason is there is a high prevalence of obesity and non-communicable disease worldwide, not just in the UK, worldwide, including the type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, certain cancers. So they are highly preventable through healthy eating and healthy lifestyle. This is another reason why you would like to choose nutrition as a career. So also it depends on your own interest. For example, I'm very interested in nutrition. I think at the very beginning, I thought nutrition would be very good, beneficial to me and to my family and friends. I could tell them how they can keep healthy through nutrition, and also this is good for the community and for the public. So if you look at nutrition related BSc course, you will find that they have different titles. For example, human nutrition or just nutrition, food and nutrition, nutritional science, public health nutrition, nutrition and food policy. Nutrition and food policy is the only such BSc course in the UK. This is delivered by City University of London. And you will be able to find sport and exercise nutrition, and also nutrition and dietetics. And so on. And normally nutrition related BSc course needs 3 years to complete, but some universities provide optional year in industry and sandwich year, so that you will gain experience in real world in 1 year between year 2 and year 3, and then you will come back to finish your final year of the course, which means you will have 4 years to complete your course. So what you will learn in nutrition BSc course, this is depending on the specific course of your choice. For example, I give you some of the common subject or common modules you will learn once you are in nutrition course. Nutrients and their sources, metabolisms, and functions in the body, physiology and biochemistry relating to nutrition, and nutrition through the lifespan from pregnancy until the old infants until the old age, and food microbiology, food science and technology, psychology and behavioral change, and nutrition and health and disease. So some of the courses can include sport nutrition and also public health or public health nutrition, nutritional assessment, nutrition and food policy, food system and food and nutrition security and sustainability, research ethics and professional conduct, research design for food and nutrition sciences, independent research project and dissertation. Those two subject or modules will be run at your final year. That means before you graduate, you need to demonstrate you can design a research project and you can conduct an independent research project and finish your thesis. During the 3 or 4 years, you will learn a lot of transferable skills, which is highly recommended or highly valued by the employees. So here, just to give you some examples, what kind of transferable skills you will learn through the study. So for example, analytical skills, problem-solving skills, numeracy and math. So this is there is some of the basic requirement you need to learn, and also team working and time management, project management skills, etc. So how you will learn? The nutrition course will be delivered normally by lectures, workshops, seminars, or practical. Those practical means it could be done in the laboratory. Especially if you have food policy, food tech, science and technology and food microbiology, you will do some lab work. So this can be delivered face-to-face in campus or virtual online, so or combined. And also normally you will need 14 to 18 contact hours per week when you are in the course. Definitely there are some of the guided and self-guided learning hours. Normally you will be assessed by the following types, for example, case study analysis and report, and exam and essay, or podcast and recorded video, blog post, or individual or group presentation, and so on. During your study, you can apply for the student membership of Nutrition Society, American Society for Nutrition, Institute of Food Science and Technology, and some other related organizations. So you are highly recommended to do so, because this is very good, not just a junior study, and after you graduate, you need to continue to be the member of those organizations. This is a very good demonstration of your dedication to the career of your interest, and show this in your CV, show this to your future employer. So after graduation, you can apply for registered associate nutritionist status with the Association for Nutrition. This is a quality insurance of your competencies in working in this area. So now I will pass the talk to my colleague Swrajit to talk about entry requirement and the career perspectives.
Within these, we have different entry qualification. However, the most of the program within the nutrition degrees or the nutrition and food policy, nutrition and food technology, or BSc Honours Nutrition program, there is a basic requirements for to get into this degree. While the job perspectives, and we'll talk about it more in details, what you need to aim for is, as an example, for the City University of London, we have A-level. We expect our new students to have B, C, C grades, especially including at least one of them, such as biology, chemistry, or in physics, or any science subjects that needs to be there. We also expect, if you don't have an A-level, that's absolutely fine. You might be coming through a BTech route where you might have DMM, like health and social care or science related subjects only, because this nutrition program, you don't just learn about the diseases or the nutrients, but also you learn about anatomy, physiology, and many other related science related information within the subject. We also take students with international baccalaureate, which is IB diploma with 28 points. We also, if you do not get the grades within A-levels, BTECs, or any of those, there are other routes that we accept, such as the foundation course in health sciences or introduction to health sciences, for instance, in City, which prepare students to get into the science-based programs within the health sciences faculty. So those are also you are likely to have come via those routes. If you are an international student and not being taught in the United Kingdom, then we do expect IELTS 6.5 across the board, nothing lower than 6.0 in any bands of reading, writing, speaking. So you can get more details onto university websites with your qualification, which is obtained overseas, and we normally, the BSc Honours Nutrition program do not require an interview. However, on a case-by-case basis, there might be, as a matured student, you might want to join the program. You might have life experiences working in an industry where you have worked side by side with a nutritionist. We would expect some form of qualifications. However, there are other qualifications that can be added to join the program. The next part is career profile. So you looked into what you can study, what are the opportunities there, what type of societies, PSRB professionals and statutory regulatory bodies involved within the nutrition degrees. Now, the nutrition profession, it encompasses many levels of expertise, and there are it's a wide career opportunity. And there are many paths a nutritionist can follow. It's not just one path. And nutritionists never work in isolation. It's an interprofessional workplace for a nutritionist. So to show you the employment, it could be just in one area, or it can be you can use it as a stepping stone to diversify or specialize into another area of nutrition. Now, to go to that, the career profiles, there are, in the past, students have worked in alongside modifying the restaurants which are within the hospitals, where not only just the patient goes, but if you are going to a hospital, there is someone else with you, they go to those cafeterias near the hospitals. Students have previously worked in optimizing hospital restaurants, recipes to serve retail customers and going in there for healthier alternatives. Nutritionists work into the food industry because they want to make sure the food is available, it's safe, and it's very nutritious. People have worked in charities such as Action Against Hunger, Global Alliance in Nutrition, or the GAIN, and various charitable organizations. Nutritionist, another preferred route or students choose to do when they graduate is they work as a freelancer nutritionist, even as they're for their own businesses. Nutritionists have worked at universities such as myself or my colleague Honglin, who is at a university as an academic, as a researcher. We have nutritionists who works with, for instance, Public Health England or government organizations such as Public Health England. We have nutritionists working there, such as we have a scientific advisory committee on nutrition, for an instance. And these people work with various government sectors, weight loss programs on various counties and various councils. Nutritionists work alongside them. Technological firm, for an instance, if you are developing a sugar reduction app, then to create those apps, you need a nutritionist knowledge like yours as a graduate. otherwise a computer engineer will not be able to calculate, okay, carbohydrate, protein, fat, how much a person is consuming, how much the energy expenditure is going versus energy intake, all those kind of things. You need to think about it, that nutritionists never work in silos. At many cases, various health promotion campaign goes on. That is where a nutritionist can also work. And also a nutritionist can work with sports and exercise performance in various places with sports personnel. So what does nutritionist do? In general, nutritionist, you as a nutritional graduate, you will provide evidence-based information and guidance about the impact of food and nutrition on the health and well-being of humans. We work at an individual level or even at a population level. But this is the key. You provide evidence-based nutrition. You don't just say, oh, this is good, this is bad. No, it has to be backed up by science and evidences. Also, it is important that a nutritionist have a very good understanding of the scientific basis of the nutrition. And also, they work at many levels: community, national, international level. Nutritionists usually specialized in one or two of the following areas, such as public health nutritionist. So I have specialized myself in public health nutrition. I have colleagues who have specialized in sports and exercise nutrition. However, I am not a specialist in sports and exercise nutrition, and I will not be recommending any people or any population group with sports and exercise. There are people who are specialized within nutritional science, people with food technology, food science, with nutrition knowledge. They work within as a food science or industry. There are people who specializes on animal nutrition. So as a public health nutritionist, we safeguard the nutrition as a whole and safeguard people. There are nutritionists who will safeguard animals. There are healthcare and medical specialism, and also there are self-employed consultant nutritionists. They specialize and they practice in those areas. So to take you a little bit further, in general, as I said earlier, evidence-based information and guidance. Everything should be validated and evidence-based. Also, a registered associate nutritionist, some of the graduates can apply to the Association for Nutrition. There is a very strict regulation to safeguard the public, the population. In an ethical manner, people practice the nutrition profession. And as a university graduate, individuals with a minimum of an honors degree level knowledge and understanding of the nutritional sciences, they can apply to the Association for Nutrition to become a registered associate nutritionist. And registered associate nutritionists are qualified and competent to provide evidence-based information. Now, the next step from an associate registered nutritionist is when you practice in the field, within 2 to 5 years, you can transfer yourself to become a registered nutritionist. And registered nutritionists additionally have a number of years of professional working experience. And as a registered nutritionist, they have demonstrated both qualified and competent in the application of nutritional science within their specific specialized area. So that's from me. And so if you have any question, you can contact my colleague, Dr. Honglin Dong from honglin.dong@city.ac.uk, or I am Dr. Swrajit Sarkar, which is swrajit.sarkar@city.ac.uk. Thank you.